So we're going full YouTube on this one, influencer style, you know, a little bit more upbeat. I feel like the last few episodes have been pretty down. I have been. That's life. Shit fucking happens, man. Anyway, we're going to jump straight into this. The episode today, or the video today, we're going to start cutting things out, welding things back in, and we're going to fit up the center radiator from RyWire and CSF. So, strap in, or strap on if you're into that shit, and let's get straight into it. The first thing that we got to do is cut out the fuel cell. I want to basically redo the way that I mounted the fuel cell. I'm going to tie it into the center radiator mounts as well. You'll see some sparks flying, and there will be no more fuel cell. Yeah, up in here. Cage is out. As you can see, the cage is now completely cut out. We're going to clean up this rear rod, make sure it's all nice and secured in there. We'll probably re-weld it. And then we're going to plate this side, and we're going to plate this side after some cleanup and some etch primer. I don't know if you can see, but I got some pretty good welds on this side. This side, not so much. So we're going to definitely do some cleanup, and we're going to cut out this rod on this side, and basically we'll probably do some square stock or something like that where we can plate it. But now we're in this part, we can clean up the rest. So when I was originally welding this side, it was really hard to weld, and I guess I found why. There's a little bit of rust here, so we're going to clean this back as best we can, add some material back in, and then we can weld to that. So yeah, that's why it was hard to weld the first time. We just chopped out the fuel cell. That's one part done. We're going to make some provisions for the new stuff. I'm pretty sure I burnt my scalp a little, being under the car like that, but whatever. We're going to clean up the inside of the frunk now. I'm going to figure out where, if I wanted to, we could install an air jack. And then we're going to go from there to the next part. Now that I'm here, this is the time for me to decide if I want to put a inboard sway bar in. Long story short, 1974s have a underneath sway bar. Previous generations, they had one that went through the body. Now, there's a lot of debate online of whether one is better than the other, blah, 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 blah. I actually prefer my under the body sway bar. In saying that, I've never driven one with a through body, so I'm going to leave it underbody for now. I am going to make sure that if anything that I weld in isn't going to interfere with a through body one. So that being said, let's clean up the frunk. Let's get cruising. You just heard me talking shit about a through body sway bar. You can actually see where the rod is currently mounted. It penetrated through, which means that it's pretty strong. And that's the provision for the through body sway bar. So we have plenty of room there. I'm not going to run that just yet. I'm going to clean up this rod. I'm going to make sure that it's painted, and then we're going to tackle this bad boy. So off camera, I just ground down the weld that was here, and I've also ground down here. I'm going to spray it with some weld through primer, and then we're basically going to create a plate that we're going to weld on top of this for more structure. While we're sitting here, we need to mark out where we're actually going to cut our hole for the radiator. So I'm just going to use some painter's tape and basically cover this entire section, and then we're going to draw out exactly where we want to cut, knowing that these are where the spot welds are for the latch mechanism, which I want to retain. So now that we've got kind of the basics mapped out of where we can draw, I'm going to get a piece of fishing line and basically go from center point down, mark center here, and then evenly spread out 12 inches each side. We want a 24-inch hole here so that we can get as much airflow as possible. So yeah, we're just going to draw it out, the basic shape, and then we can kind of cut in if we want more. But I think right now it's just let's get this basic cutout done. We're basically going to mark it straight here and do a dot. And that's our center point. So I guess that's where we're cutting. Yeah, at least we have the top cut marked, the sides marked. When we get to the bottom, I don't know if I'm going to flush it up to a certain point underneath that you can't see from the angle that you're at, or if I'm going to keep it flush there for kind of ducting purposes. But that's where we're going to cut first. We're just going to mark where these center points are. We're going to drill them out. And then we're going to start chopping. This is terrifying for me, but there's no turning back. Kind of no turning back now. All right. Well, we've cut into it. Man, I'm so pissed off. I didn't record any of that. And, well, we have a hole in the frunk now. I fucked up royally not recording that. But here we are. We're removing the painter's tape. But we have our cut. I'm sweating balls. Gonna clean up the edges. I've already cleaned up this bottom edge a bit. We have a decent gap here now. We're gonna have to plate some stuff, but that's no big deal. And then I still have to cut out, I think I'm gonna cut out some stuff inside here, just so that we can get the radiator exactly where I want it. So let's do that. All right, so now that we've got the hole cut, let's see if my measurements were correct. But this is 24 exactly, so yeah, okay. So that is bang on, perfect there. So we can actually weld stuff to the sides as support. So we're going to be able to block it in. And then basically we need a riser here. We'll block this part off with some steel or some aluminum shaped. And then we just need to get the angle correct. And then we're good. But yeah, that's a front mount V-mount that's going to funnel so much air in there. So yeah, super happy with that. My measurements were bang on. I'm really sweaty, but we have that situated. The next steps, triangulate into the chassis, get it mounted in the right spot. I'm going to probably modify the brackets that came with it or make my own brackets to actually get to where I want to do the steel piece. But I need to order some square stock now. And basically, yeah, then we start getting welding, I guess. So super happy with the progress today. I'm going to pack it in for the day. Hope you're enjoying this. That was terrifying. I cut into a perfectly good chassis. So yeah, we're kind of in it now. Going to clean up all of that. We got to plate everything off. And then we also just, like I said, we need to triangulate. We need to add some structure back. Although it's not bad. It's very, very, very sturdy still. I just want to get support back into there. So yeah, that's where we're at today. So off camera, I got this in position, drilled the holes out. This is a template. I'll actually put a link in the description to these 16AN bulkheads because they're amazing. And I'm basically going to drill out now with this hole saw here. I'm going to drill that out and we're going to put the bulkheads in. Alright, so moment of truth. Yeah, sweet. Let's bolt it up. But we're going to take this off again and etch primer. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that came out. So just test fitting the bulkhead now. I think I'm going to have to flip where I was going to originally put the fittings. I was going to try and do it over here. but I actually think that the angle is too tight. So basically we're going to run it like this. I just want to confirm with CSF that running the hoses like this is okay. And then we'll basically start making hoses. Okay, you're probably wondering what that was. I grabbed the dimensions off of the Nuke Performance website for their sleeve that they offer for their air jacks. That's right, we're going to throw air jacks at this car. When I said we're not fucking around in 2026, we're really not fucking around in 2026. So the goal now is to position this in relation to the Radiator. A lot of the 911 race cars only have one of these in the frunk. So because of the weight difference, there's two in the rear, usually at the B pillars, and then there's one in the frunk that just is enough to raise the front, given that there's only a fuel cell in there. We're going to do something similar. I'm going to mock this up with the Radiator in position. We're going to have to cut away some stuff. I hope that we can get this to fit in relation to where I want it. Otherwise, when we put the fuel cell back in, we may have to put it behind. We'll see. So let's get mocking together. Given that we have this here, a lot of the race cars basically have it right in the very front. Now, obviously the Radiator's there. We want as best flow as possible coming in and out. Now, if I magically use one hand to do this, that is the height difference between the bottom of this tub and the air jack mount. There's another 20 mil above. Actually, it's more than that. That we'd have to take into consideration. But given where the fans are, I actually think that cutting this and cutting it and bringing it inboard and down is probably okay, given how we're going to vent the exhaust in the future. So I'm thinking that we get a hole saw, we basically cut as best as we can, and we might even use the air jack mount as a part of the mounting system or somewhere for the Radiator to rest against when it's bolted in, and that would give us a pretty nifty location for an air jack. Now, another thing to mention about that location in there is that we actually are going to add a new tube for the fuel cell. From that, we may be able to tie it in directly to the fuel cell mounting position, which will also triangulate into the Radiator mounts and the front of the chassis. So we wouldn't be flexing anything if I do everything right, which I'm planning on. With all that being said, I have no welding gas. I used it all up with the FIA mounts that we did for the seats. So now I need to go and get another bottle of gas for the welding. I need to get the 1x1 square tube, and I need to probably get about 8 feet of that just to be safe. 6 or 8 feet should be fine. And then we can actually start triangulating things, measuring, cutting, welding. I'm getting sick for sure. Told you I was going to strap on. We strapped. Stay strapped. Kiki, ra, ra.
Sweat, baby. Kiki, ra. Sweat, sweat.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So off camera, I got a bunch done. You can see that this is all plated in etch primer, and then so is this side. I'm going to leave that weld. It's fine. It's all going to be hidden anyway. But at least everything is closed up that was previously open, and we'll coat that with some rubber coating later. The next step is getting the cage welded back in, but I still need to get some 1x1 square tube. For those that have done this kind of stuff in their garage, I'm sure everyone knows what this feels like, where it's extremely tight. We've got coolant on the floor, welding helmet, welder, headgear, just everything on the floor. So I think that's it for today. We got that all sealed in, etch primed, all that kind of good stuff. Somehow I haven't run out of welding gas, so I'm pretty pumped on that. So I'm going to order the 1x1 today or tomorrow. It's kind of pretty heavily raining, and I really want to get this all triangulated and mounted by the end of the year. So it's currently the 26th of December. Yeah, if I could have the Radiator mounted or at least triangulated by the end of this year, that'd be awesome.
One eternity later.
Alright, it's another day. I think it's I don't know, we're kind of in like this vortex of time that doesn't actually make any sense between Christmas and New Year's. But either way, I am jumping into cutting up some of this square tube that I got to mount the radiator to. So let's jump into what I've actually done already. We have everything taped in. Everything is evenly spaced. We're basically going to cut some tube that's going to triangulate from here down, and then also from here and down. So yeah, already measured. Let's get cutting. Everything is in. We have two M6 riv nuts to hold everything onto these bars. I might triangulate them down, but we're going to install this. Alright, I am super happy with that. I just have to cut the mounting tabs down. This is not moving anywhere. It's very sturdy in there. Yeah, super happy with how that turned out. So removing it should be pretty simple. I should just have to hold it from the bottom here. 2 bolts. And honestly, I need to finish welding the square tube around the base. Get that all going. And then yeah, we just need to trim up these aluminum brackets that are provided by RyWire. And as you can see, out we come.
Why are you gay?
So now it's kind of the moment of truth. I need to install the 2 8-inch fans onto the actual radiator. Make sure it all mounts up where I expect it, which now I'm 99% sure that that's going to happen. Look at that pretty.
Give your meat a good old rub. Yeah, boy.
Let's get a fan mounted. This is the bottom. This is the bottom. So if anything, I can just throw one in just to make sure that everything lines up, which I'm genuinely not concerned about. So that's kind of it. We just etch primered the steel, the bare steel, so that it doesn't rust, no flash rusting or anything like that. There's still a little bit of welding that I need to do, but I'm not going to bother about that tonight. I just wanted to make sure that everything was sealed up. And then basically I'm going to end the video here. It was kind of a long one. We got a lot done. I'm super pumped. There's a lot of work happening behind the scenes. We're going to start cutting up some more of the car, which I'm super excited about. But all in all, pretty happy with the way that this radiator has come together. As always, thanks for all the support. I really, truly appreciate it. Please go and join the Discord. The link is in the bottom. We talk about all kinds of stuff and you'll get real-time updates. 2026 is going to bring a lot of new stuff to this car. I'm really excited about the direction that we're going. The next thing is putting the fuel cell back in. I'm pumped, man. That fits so much better than I expected. And I need to do the plumbing too. So that'll probably be in the next episode. We'll do plumbing, we'll do wiring, and we'll do the fuel cell back in. So we might even get it running again in the next video. We'll see. Saying that, I hope you all had a happy New Year's. You all did whatever you needed to do to celebrate, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everyone.